In this video, we'll show you how to program the Envoy to control the AC battery's charge and discharge behavior to ensure that stored energy is saved for use when electricity cost is highest. The electric rate is the price paid per unit of electricity to the energy utility or retailer. The electricity tariff or rate structure is the combination of rates, additional charges, and other rules that determine how an electricity bill is calculated. The N-phase AC batteries can be configured to behave differently depending on the home's tariff rate structure. If the home is on a single rate tariff, the electricity rate is the same at all times of the day. If the AC batteries are configured for this kind of tariff, they will discharge whenever the home's energy consumption exceeds the amount of solar generation, regardless of the time of day. If the home is on a time of use tariff, the electricity rate varies depending upon the time of day. The rate is lowest during the off-peak times of day, and there are one or more peak periods when the rate is higher. If the batteries are configured for this kind of tariff, the Envoy controls their charge and discharge behavior to ensure that stored energy is saved for use when electricity cost is highest. Refer to the homeowner's utility bill to find the rate information for optimization of the AC battery. If you are installing in a location where there is a time of use tariff, you can configure this setting on site using Installer Toolkit. If you prefer to configure this setting from the office, you can do so once the system is reporting to Enlighten by going to the Systems Settings screen in Enlighten Manager. The tariff information is located in the AC Battery Details section of the screen. The homeowner can also configure the tariff rate structure on the MyEnlighten settings screen. The tariff rate structure information is located at the bottom of the screen in a section called Tariff Information. The steps for setting up the time of use tariff are the same, regardless of which tool is used. For this video, we'll be using MyEnlighten. Start by selecting the time of use tariff rate structure. Select Rate differs between seasons if the price of electricity differs between summer and winter. Select Rate differs between weekday and weekend if the price of electricity differs between weekdays and weekend days. Once you've made your selections for those options, the screen displays between 1 and 4 time frames. 1 if rates don't differ between seasons or weekdays, weekends, and 4 if rates differ for seasons and for weekdays and weekends. If you've indicated that the rate differs between seasons, you can choose which months are included in summer. Once you have made your selections for summer, the remainder of the year will automatically be designated as winter. By default, the screen shows one peak period for weekdays and no peak periods for weekends, but you can add more as necessary. For example, you may have a time of use structure that has multiple peaks on weekdays, but no peaks on weekends. Or there may be peaks only during the summer weekdays, but not any other time of year. As appropriate, enter the following information for each time frame: off-peak price per kilowatt hour, peak start and end time, and peak price per kilowatt hour. Finally, for each time frame, you have the option to charge the batteries from the grid at night in preparation for a morning peak. When you select this option, you can choose the duration for the overnight charge, a maximum of 4 hours between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. The stored energy will be saved for the next peak period. When you have finished entering your settings, select Save Tariff Information. If you need to make changes to your tariff settings after saving them, you may do so at any time by selecting the pencil icon. Once you've saved your tariff settings, Enlighten will communicate this information to the Envoy. In most cases, this process takes about 5 minutes. Note that changes made to tariff information through Installer Toolkit are applied immediately. To learn more about tariff rate structure in the commissioning process using Installer Toolkit, please refer to the Configuring an N-phase System with the Envoy S Metered and Installer Toolkit video on enphase.com.